me talk about Living Social specifically, right? This is this brand new sort of area of local commerce that sort of opened up by this new business model that really was just invented in the past like 3 years, right? And
well, yes and no. I give Groupon and Living Social a lot of credit, but actually people tried this over a decade ago. Paul Allen actually spent $100 million funding a company called Mercado that was trying to essentially do social commerce, but he just was a little early. I mean, he wasn't quite ready in terms of consumers and e-commerce and merchants understanding the importance of the internet and social media as a way to virally spread messages. So it was an idea that had been tried and failed, and then re-emerged, was reimagined, and now has been quite successful.
So why do you think it took hold finally in the past few years?
I think it's something we talked about, that the consumers were more comfortable with e-commerce. They were more used to buying things, but also merchants on Main Street, whether it be a restaurant or a spa, what have you, went from 10 years ago not really understanding it to now really being online themselves and trying to figure out ways to drive traffic. And they, both companies were able to quickly aggregate a consumer audience because they had a great value proposition. And it wasn't just about the deal, it also was about getting you out of your home with your friends or other people in your community doing interesting, cool stuff. And so it was a combination of an interesting value and exposing you to interesting, compelling experiences.
As an investor in Living Social, what did you learn by watching the whole Groupon IPO process?
Well, first of all, I'd say the team at Living Social, we got first involved, Tim O'Shaughnessy, the founder, and 3 other folks had worked with us at another company and wanted to launch into the Facebook app space. And they've done an amazing job going from 4 people 4 years ago to 4,000 people today, and really helped close the gap in terms of where Groupon is and where Living Social is. I think Groupon, the IPO, I think was controversial in part because this is a company that came out of nowhere and was almost like an overnight success, and people couldn't quite understand it. And so there was some skepticism about the business model and the sustainability. But I think what they demonstrated when they finally were able to go on the road and talk to people, they've built a pretty significant and valuable business, and there is expansion potential going forward.
But does the initial reaction, did that impact Living Social's ability to file or go public or even desire?
I'm not going to. I'll let Tim O'Shaughnessy comment on when or if Living Social will go public. But I think the reality is Groupon didn't exist 4 years ago. It's now public. I checked it recently, a $15 billion valuation. So it's a huge success. And also going back to what we talked about in terms of our national priority around job creation, they essentially created 10,000 jobs over the last couple of years. And we need more companies like that have innovative business models that can scale rapidly and create lots of jobs.
Right. So last question on AOL. Tim Armstrong is trying to basically make it into a modern media company, which is different than what you built.
Right.
And there's a lot of discussion about whether he's going to have a chance to do that, whether private equity is going to come in, whether there's going to be a deal with Yahoo. And when you hear all of this, how does it make you feel in terms of the?
I must say I don't really focus too much on it. I stepped down as CEO of AOL over a decade ago, and in this in this world, it's like a century. And I've really focused my time on Revolution companies that we talked about, like Zipcar and Living Social, and now more recently on public policy. So obviously, I'm always going to be passionate about AOL. I was one of the people that helped kind of put it on the map, and it was the dominant internet company in the late '90s, and it was a terrific success. But I can't say we really were the first social media company.
Right.
We really bet even 25 years ago and kind of went all in on community, launching instant messaging and click connection and things like that. So the fact that now social media has taken on different permutations with Facebook and Twitter and so forth has been great to see. And I wish the team at AOL the best of success, but I'm focusing more on the future, not on the past.
Do you think a combination with Yahoo even makes sense?
I wouldn't even want to speculate. I can't say I've looked at enough of the data in terms of what's really happening with either of those companies to have an informed view.
Okay, well, Steve, thank you for coming and talking to us. And
thank you, Eric.
Glad that you got your view out the front windshield instead of on the rear view mirror.
Keep moving forward.
Okay, thank you very much.